Hello, everybody. My name's John, and I'm joined by my co-host, Daniel.
Eh,
Hey! And we have a guest that we found on some random corner on the street, Jeremy.
I'm not a prostitute.
So you say.
That's-
So you say.
you didn't say no to my $20.
That's not.
Welcome to the second episode of the CDC, Cock's Dick Cock. I don't know what it stands for. It's just CDC. We are not the Center of Disease Control, so don't come to us when you have gangrene or fucking gone syphilis. So, today's episode, we are talking about One Punch Man, or One Fisto Man, or Two Sister Fisters, whatever you want to call it. And for those that don't know what One Punch Man is, it's a story about a guy who is a superhero for fun. His name is Saitama. Saitama is a bald man. That's all he is. He's a bald man with almost no facial features unless he gets super serious. Saitama, what makes him so special is he can defeat anybody with a single punch. One punch, one KO, anything. Anybody. Doesn't matter. From big to small, don't matter. One punch.
Yes.
And
No
that's-
lube.
No lube.
Yeah, pretty
required.
much. And for those that are saying, oh, this sounds stupid, there's more behind it. Later in the episodes, or episode 2, I should say, he's joined by his disciple, Genos, who is a cyborg on the hunt for another cyborg that destroyed his family and village. And Saitama takes Genos under his wing to teach him whatever. How to become a better superhero. Even though we all know that Saitama is the strongest and nothing can beat him. So, what do you guys think of One Puncho Mano?
I think it's apples and grapes.
Good enough. 10 out of 10.
I give it 2 fingers in the ass.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'd love it.
Well, here's my semi-professional analysis. I'm no DG bro, but I really enjoyed this anime, especially where all of his references to other anime, especially shonen, and how it's basically a critique on all shonen anime where the character just gets more powerful and powerful, and it reaches a point where the main protagonist gets too powerful. Then how would you give him a challenge? It's basically like a critique on the Superman complex, where you can only tell so many stories with Superman, and this throws a really creative spin. Like, you have a Superman, a person who really does anything and can resolve anything with just one punch, but the writing is so creative and the scenarios are so just nuanced and interesting that it just makes the show so entertaining and good. You add that to the funny dialogue and the witty writing, you added the extremely high production value that you have, the really amazingly fluid animations, most of them from artists from Studio Bones, even though that this was a Studio Madhouse production. This was directed by the same person who did Space Dandy, and he commissioned some of his friends who worked on him on that project to do some fight scenes. And some of the really intense fight scenes are from veterans of Studio Bones, and that's why the action scenes are so just damn good. And this is a top tier anime that I love. It's even though 12 episodes, but each episode is great on its own. The animation stays consistent. I haven't seen a single episode where the animation just goes terrible. Yeah, there's some episodes that are a little bit slow, but all in all, in general, it's just a great anime. Just to visually, the aesthetics is just awesome. They did kind of like a Hunter x Hunter type of thing with the character designs, making Saitama very simple, but get the supporting cast and villains just bombastic and extremely detailed designs. Like, I mean, look at Genos. I mean, he looks like he can be a protagonist of his own anime. And every other villain, they just look more interesting than Saitama. And it was supposed to get the attention of everything around Saitama and not him. It's interesting how this anime is like a reverse of a shonen. Instead of focusing on the main protagonist, it focuses on the world around him, and the world around Saitama shuns him and doesn't consider him important. And I think that's more interesting than your typical, oh, I want to be king of the pirates, or I want to be king of the ninjas storyline, where the anime revolves
It's
around
Hokage, you shit.
I don't fucking care. It's the same garbage. And
We'll never do Naruto, by the way.
no, it's trash. And
You don't believe it?
Like Bleach.
I don't believe hard enough, and how it just it takes this new nuance on shonen, and I'm hoping that people like in the anime industry, they take notice of this, but they understand how crazy and the tropes of your typical shonen, and how just one the person who wrote this, his name is One, and how he just took these tropes and he exaggerated them to the point where it's what do you say? It's self-aware. It's completely self-aware. It knows it's stupid. It knows it's bombastic. And
Well, that's how
makes fun
it
of
started out, as just something he did on the weekends. You can still see the original comic by One, and it's just pretty much, it's, chicken scratch. But it gets the point across.
Yeah.
It's not always about the art. It's about the story behind the art.
Oh, yeah, and absolutely agree.
And that's how One Punch Man pretty much started, as some little, guy just drawing, stuff for fun and everything. And other people loved it, and it's been re-picked up by an animation studio, and they're redoing the entire series in like high definition manga.
Oh yeah.
And it's amazing. I mean, if you read the manga, 90% of it is just showing the action scenes. I finished the manga from where episode 12 left off in about 2-3 hours. I was able to finish the manga where it was able to catch up with itself. So I'm waiting for, let's say, next month's issue of it. So if I can do it in 2 or 3 hours, sitting on the toilet or wherever the hell I was doing it, you could do it too.
And for those who don't know, the re-release or the remake of One's manga, it's drawn and illustrated by Yusuke Murata.
Murata.
I misspelled his name horribly, but the guy's
Good.
art is amazing. I mean, it's literally the anime is a shot for shot of the manga, because it's just that good. Sometimes it's the manga, sometimes it's just 2 pictures of nothing but action, no dialogue. It's great. It's
Or there's
apples and
manga
grapes.
chapters that are like 3 pages, 4 pages long.
Yeah, where it's just action and no dialogue.
And the manga actually jumps around quite a bit, too. That's the other problem I would have with it. But I really recommend reading the manga if you've never, ever, if you've only seen the show. You have the English dub just finished up a few weeks ago. Watch that. Season 2 should be coming out either this summer or next fall. And read the manga. I mean, it's going to be shot for fucking shot. So get out there and read the manga, at least. I was never big on manga reading, even when I went to Japan. I didn't read anything or didn't really buy anything. I was there for the cars and, everything else. So if you're gonna do that, read the manga. Read it online at least, so you don't go to like Walmart or freaking, Books A Million or whatever, and everybody's like, oh, you're a weeblo or a weeb fag, and everybody's like,
Yeah, do what the cool kids do and just rip it.
Just rip it out, or you steal it and be a cool kid.
Yeah.
I always legally obtain my anime, manga,
From Pirate Bay.
games, movies.
And while you're
Software.
at it, go to Crunchyroll and then use the promo code.
Go fuck yourself.
And get $6 off your first purchase. Yeah. We're never gonna get a sponsor from Crunchyroll. Like,
How
not
do you
even
spell
if they
that?
offer.
How do you spell that? Go fuck yourself. Yeah, you got it.
Was it no or
It's more like a.
You have to find you have to scroll through all the text and everything to find moan.
Yeah.
I remember I actually used one of those promo codes for Crunchyroll, and like it was for like 1 month free. I'm like, oh cool, I'm gonna try that. And I canceled any kind of subscription after it, and they still charged me for it. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens.
That's
called. I use kissanime.to.
Yep.
They have a Kiss anime Kiss Anime cartoon and then a Kiss Anime manga. So Kiss Anime or Kiss whatever, just type in Kiss Anime and it'll give you slots. That's where I go to watch everything.
Does it have Beyblade?
It has Beyblade.
It got
It
all
does-
the Beyblades.
It even has the new shitty Beyblade where it's all plastic, just like those
favorite
toys.
Digimon season.
You want to see my Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Yo, I had the blue eyes white dragon. All right, but
If you had the-
going back to
I still want a fucking body pillow of Saitama, so I can
Yeah.
always get fisted every night.
Oh my god, the fandom.
Or maybe you can do the fisting.
Hey, at least the fandom for this show is actually really good. It's very similar to the DBZ fandom,
Yeah.
where it's just insane fighting.
It's insane fighting, and I really, out of all the villains, I found Sea King.
Sea King,
Yeah,
Sea King.
Sea King. It's one of the best.
I don't know. Boros is actually really good too. Okay, for those that are wondering, Sea King is just the Little Mermaid on steroids, with 2 legs and a crown.
It's kind of like what was that one fish guy from One Piece?
Oh, I know who you're talking.
Arlong.
I want to say Arlong, but
Dude, it's
I
Arlong.
think I know it. I think he's know what he. I think I know what he's talking about. It'll come to me later, and I'll fucking hit
That's
it.
the season where the orange-haired lady pretends to stab the guy and 4 kids. I can't remember that shit whatsoever.
Oh God, you're thinking the 4 kids? You're a slut. You should leave. You should go kill
Hey,
yourself.
I'll have you know, I did not watch the 4 kids dub. Like
Lying
I can't even.
sack of shit. We've all seen the 4 kids dub because we grew up with it.
I didn't. I actually hated it when I was a kid because I had.
Hey, I didn't know what One
standards.
Piece was. It was a show with pirates and everything, and I didn't know what One Piece was because I was a child when it came out. Now, then I saw it on whatever. Now I watch it every day, and now they're in the furry saga. Fuck my ass.
Yeah, but I know is the Shark Man, right? The
Yeah,
blue one.
Arlong.
Yeah, it's Arlong.
It's Arlong.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite villains of One Piece. But the
Oh,
thing I
he's a
hate
bitch
about-
compared to somebody else that replaces him.
Yeah. But remember when I don't want to talk about the One Piece thing because it's terrible. But let's go back to the Sea King. I like the Sea King because how they build him up. Like they do this thing called I think it was a Dojin, where they have all the heroes fight this one villain, and just get their ass kicked, and then just show how powerful he is, only to be beaten by the protagonist.
And then everybody gives him shit going, oh, he was that weak? If one guy can beat him with one punch, he must have really been that weak, you know?
Yeah, or like,
Scythe-
oh, he cheated. He cheated, cheater.
Yeah, and then everybody gives him shit. Saitama
The guy who rides the bike weakened him.
shit. Moomin Rider, use your bike tackle.
Moomin Rider. Yeah, like he
Moomin
survived.
Rider.
Wait, that dude was insane. He survived a Moomin Rider bike tossed. How dare
Oh my
he?
god, he's fucking godlike.
Yeah.
The Moon Rider just like
Watch out,
punches
guys,
him.
we got a badass over here. Oh my
Moon
god.
Rider
And then,
just like punches him and his fist just goes.
Jesus Christ, nice effect.
It's a fucking plastic bottle.
Oh,
my
I was
God,
about to
that
say,
jokes
what, are you
ugly.
crunching up some macaroni over there or something?
Sure.
Oh,
Simon kick.
Oh no!
no!
No! No!
Senpai, no!
Let me try moving it back. Oh.
It's not
Okay.
working.
Oh.
Stop that man! He's gonna kill himself! He's a maniac, I tell you, a maniac!
He just gets punched in the face and it's just like.
And just dies. That's it. That's the end of Moomin Rider.
Oh, he gets, dude, there's one scene where he fucking, in the manga, you think he's dead. Like, how much shit that happens to him. Let's just say he gets punched so hard, his fucking helmet explodes and his face explodes practically.
Oh my god. Anyway.
I'm like, poor
That's a nice
Moomin.
route.
Poor
All he
guy.
wanted to do was ride his bicycle.
Oh, hey, look, spoiler. Oh, spoiler. Spoiler.
Han Solo dies.
I don't have
Yeah.
enough to add the car that I have.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. Sorry we didn't put like a spoiler disclaimer, but it's scientifically proven that
Fuck
spoilers
you.
don't ruin the experience. Really, it doesn't. No one cares. In fact, no one cares. If you haven't watched this anime, then you're a fucking plebe. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Go play with your Pokemon.
Yeah. So it's which of the fights, like of all the fights in One Punch Man, which one do you think it's like the best?
Oh, Boros. 2 episodes long?
Yes.
Motherfucker
If
gets
not,
kicked to the moon. And
That
then he
shit was
just
cool.
stands up and he's like, heh, and then he just fucking flies back like it's nothing. Motherfucker got kicked to the moon. To the moon, bitch.
Now, okay, I know this one isn't like awesome stuff. If anything, I'd choose that one too. It was the episode where he wakes up and they're like most of civilization is dead. It was all a dream sequence, but like that shit was like, holy shit, this is kind of cool.
Oh, with the underground people?
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
yeah, that's my favorite.
That's a
episode
good
in
one.
general, too.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up and they're actually invading and he's like, I will defeat you. And they're like, oh, sorry. Oh, never mind.
Then he wakes up and they're just like a bunch of little midge fuckers like, we're gonna take over the world. It's like he just he's still trying to treat it seriously and he just snaps their fucking neck. He just destroys them.
He just goes
They're
freaking
dead.
brutal, like he just like doesn't even give him a chance. He's just like clack.
The only person that has survived more hits to him has to be, oh god, his name is so stupid. Speed of Sound Sonic.
Yes, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
My
he got
favorite
punched in the
fucking-
nuts.
I'm sorry, but that guy, I think he just has a female body with a dick.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but
it's-
he has a petite female body. For what he looks like a female until you hear his voice, and then you're like, oh. Well, this changes things.
Speed of sound. Yeah, it's
Of
terrible.
Sonic.
Change the rule
Speed of Sound,
44.
or Sonic Speed of... No, it's Speed...
No, it's
the-
Sonic Speed of Sound.
Oh, it's such a stupid fucking
I
name.
love it. 'cause
Sonic
it's-
Speed O sound. I'm just gonna Google it and
It
I thought it was
sounds
Speedo
like
Sound
someone's-
Sonic.
It sounds like a Sonic OC. I love it. It's
It
that
does
terrible.
sound like a Sonic OC. It's purple and it's black and it sounds like it belongs.
Yeah, it belongs there.
y'all are.
Turn that shit into a hedgehog.
It's backwards. It's Speedo
It's a hedgehog.
sound Sonic.
Speedo Sound Sonic.
Who cares? His name's Sonic.
Yeah.
He's a very important character. I'll have you know.
Yeah.
He's not that important. He's more like a minor. He's like Team Rocket
He's
of
a-
the fucking One Punch Man's world.
He's a high tier character, yo. Check your privileges.
Hey, he's just a white male.
Yeah.
He has plenty of privilege.
If I had to pick my favorite fights, I know this is kind of lame, but I like this one. Is the one where Genos spars with Saitama, like
Oh,
they spar
yes.
for real, and like Genos like transforms into like freaking like lightning speed, like he just goes super fast, and he still can't catch
Gotta
up.
go fast.
Yeah, and then at the end, like Saitama does his fake, like a fake out, but Genos felt like it was like freaking death.
Well, it shows death. It literally shows, like in the manga anime style, just over the top, like death thing. And he
Yeah.
stops at the face and just smacks him in the head. So like he's like, "Let's go eat." And it shows behind Genos, and like fucking half the fucking mountainside is like gone for
Yeah.
miles.
Yeah.
You're like,
Love that.
yeah, let's see Goku do that.
Oh man, this is
One
how.
Punch Man versus Goku. Death battle.
That's how a lot of the fighting in this can be described as Superman and Dragon Ball Z shit.
Yeah, but let's
You
not
know
get
what's
into
cool? Like, you know what's cool about the anime is like, even though it's like, oh, One Punch Man, he can destroy everything. It's still kind of tense in some like moments. You know, like, oh, he'll just kill them all, right? But it's like, oh, I'm actually interested.
You're
Is
actually
the bike
interested
guy
because
gonna
he's
die?
thinking about other shit when he's getting his ass beat sometimes. Like, he's just being punched around. He's just thinking about other things. When he's going up against Carnage Kabuto or Kabaito or whatever the hell. I think it's Kabuto.
Beetle
He,
Man.
he's like, literally, he's like, oh, it's Saturday. And it's like today. And he just fucking uppercuts Carnage. He's like, the sale's today. He's getting, like, kicked around, punched all over the place. And he's thinking about a fucking, grocery sale. That's how much he does not care.
They
And
really
how little
humanized-
he's not afraid of people. He's not cocky, but he's blunt. Saitama's very blunt
Yeah,
at times.
And he's really kind of not. I wouldn't say ignorant. He just doesn't care. Like, he goes walking around in full hero costume to the groceries. Like no one does that, and certainly somebody who has quote unquote like an identity. He doesn't use a superhero name. He uses his own name, because he's so uncaring and unfeeling, and what's interesting about this character is that his whole point of being a hero is because he likes being a hero and he likes being challenged, and he's kind of like torn. Like, do I really like being a hero? Like, is this fun? When will this?
Well, because he doesn't
stop
have a
being
challenge
fun?
anymore. It's done.
Yes, exactly. And that's the interesting thing about the character. You want to see him go through adversity and go through a challenge and see if he can change and better himself. And that's what makes the manga interesting, because the writer gonna increase the challenges and everything, and you're just thinking, oh, is he gonna fight for real, or is this guy just gonna be super? Is this the new Beerus? Is this the new freaking Goku-chan we've been waiting for? You know,
Will this guy finally be able to beat Superman compared to Goku?
will this guy finally like take more than one punch?
Well, the thing is, they've actually explained that. I think it was Boros explained that there's a chance that his limiters were broken, or like he doesn't have a limiter anymore. He's just stupidly strong. He's just like, he even says I have sense no power limit on you. You know, yeah. I mean, that's Superman level of fucking power.
He's so strong. He calls his attacks consecutive normal punches.
Jesus.
In the anime, it's like super serious or super serious or super serious super punch or something. It's different in the anime, in the manga. I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that, like, normal consecutive punches. Like, Jesus Christ, that's how he names. That's how he names his moves.
well, because he's just a regular guy that nobody takes him serious.
No. I love how
You
like.
know, he reached his like life goal, and like he beat it so fucking hard that it's just like, okay. He wanted to become a superhero because, it's for fun. He wants to be a superhero for fun, but it's no longer fun because there's no challenge. He reached that goal, and now it's a curse.
Yeah, and it goes to show that the lesson of that story is that once you have a goal in mind, once you achieve it, and you realize, is this really what I wanted? And you start to question that, and it brings up the debate that the idea of something is not the same as doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you might
I wonder
think
when he's gonna turn into God.
like, yeah, probably soon. Like, you might think that, oh, I want to be a writer, or I want to be a video game developer, or whatever. Like, the idea of it sounds fun, but when you get
And then you
down
become
to
electrician.
it, and you become literally, a friend of mine did that.
I feel I'm a little disappointed because he spent so long becoming fucking a video game designer, and then he's like, I'm gonna become an electrician. I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah, Nick. Oh man,
Damn you.
I love you, man.
We love you, but damn you.
Seriously, you should have just kept on fighting that dream. Make that
Should
stupid
have joined
video game.
Bethesda and made Fallout better.
Yeah.
Oh man, more about One Punch Man. Oh my god. Even though it's only 12 episodes long, and we're going to be getting a second season coming out, those 12 episodes, you just are dying for more.
Yeah.
You die for more. You die for the next one. I've seen at least the anime a few times. The sub version and now the English version, and I never get tired of the fights. It's the same amount of fight as you watched as a kid watching Dragon Ball Z. It's that intense.
Oh yeah, I got that feeling where, like, I was pumped for the next week just to watch the next episode, and just to watch what's gonna happen next. Cause I remember that scene, like the scene that really got me pumped was when that random meteor was about to fall, and Genos was like throwing all the stops that he did, like that huge energy core blast.
He takes the core out of his chest and he throws it in his fucking arm, and he's just like,
Yeah, that's like the most badass scene, like, for Genos, that the whole series.
and just finds out it's not enough, and then Saitama just comes out of nowhere and just fucking punches it.
Yeah, casually. He just casually just punches through it.
No, the scene that made me just go, what the fuck? The scream had to be when he got kicked to the fucking moon. Well, he got kneed to the moon. I was losing my shit at that point, because I don't think anything like that's ever happened in any type of fighting anime. Even in Dragon Ball Z, nobody got launched to the moon in like a second.
Well, in Gurren Lagann, they were throwing galaxies like frisbees.
Well, that's Gurren Lagann, and you already know that's fucking insanity at that point.
No, but Gurren Lagann on purpose did it as big as possible so that no one could ever top it. And
Yeah, we'll be talking about Gurren
Lagann
Lagann in a future episode.
Probably, yeah.
Because, it's worth it. Same with Kill la Kill and all sorts of other shit. We have a big lineup of shows that we can talk about before we go. We're going to be doing a harem episode, too.
Oh, yes. Boobs and ass and vaginas.
We have to talk about Monster Musume, and then we have to talk about Kiro.
I got my V-neck for some vagina.
There's no vagina in it.
Anyway, kind of like we're still in the anime, strictly on the anime. We got to see all of the heroes, and I'm curious of the number one hero, Blast. Like there's.
Well, I don't want to ruin it, but I already know who Blast is.
Yeah. But we're not gonna spoil it because we're still waiting on season 2. And
Go read the fucking manga.
Yeah, we'll read the manga, but I'm gonna wait for the anime.
The thing is with season 2 is gonna be nice is it's gonna focus on more of the S-class heroes.
Yes.
Because they show so many interesting heroes, but they're gonna show a backstory and what they are and who they are. They're gonna introduce more characters, and there's quite a few, like what? You didn't see, like, shit that you don't see coming, shit that kind of blows you away and you're actually surprised.
Yeah.
It expands on the universe. From what I've gotten so far in the mangas, it's like season 1 is it just opens the door to this universe of what it is.
Yeah,
of what's going on. There is so much more that's going on than what meets the eye, Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, there's a monster. Oh, and they give a slight backstory with the monster, maybe a few scenes with the backstory of the monster, like the giant guy, the giant fucking Titan guy. They explained to him he wanted to be the strongest, most powerful person on Earth, and he became that because of his brother who's a scientist.
Science.
Basic backstory, and explains, and he's only on the screen for what, like 2 minutes?
And
they give a character a freaking backstory for being somebody on the show for 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm kind of worried that they just present these awesome characters and they're like, I just want them to be either powerful that can just mash Saitama. Yeah, they're not gonna beat him, but at least kind of like Beerus, or like they were just going all out. And Saitama had to go serious on them,
Well, it even explains in the Boros fight, he doesn't go serious. Even Boros, like, you were holding back, and it shows Saitama, like, he knows it's true.
Like, yeah, but you were the strongest one I fought, so.
And you were holding
Gold
back.
Star.
You get a gold star, you trash.
No, people are saying Boros will come back in season 2. No, I can confirm that he will not come back in season 2.
He's fucking dead. Last time I checked, he's a bunch of fucking. He's a pile of flesh.
He's just a pile of dust.
Saitama fucking almost disintegrated him.
No, I think the fight for the other minor villains, like Genos, like showing him, he constantly gets his ass beat. And it just shows him trying to get stronger and better, so he can be in the top 10 of the S class.
Yeah, but isn't he limited by his robot body? Like he depends.
Oh yeah, he's limited by his robot body, but he still gets stronger.
Yeah, like he depends on his professor to upgrade his body so he can get stronger.
Fucking the guy who made Mega Man's like fucking cousin.
Like Dr. Light's cousin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's not the power of your penis that matters, it's how you use the skill of it.
Just the thrust. You gotta thrust. You gotta stick it in and stick it in, don't be afraid to cut off.
Shove it up your ass.
Yeah.
Load out your ass. I gotta go play the new Duke Nukem, the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Or 25.
Put that in your ass and smoke it.
I think that's another song. No, a lot of the shit you hear from Duke Nukem is from... It has to be from the Evil Dead movies. Evil Dead 2 and Evil Dead 3.
Oh, he's just a mix mash of, like, movie culture.
Well, that's what he is, but I have to say most of the shit I've heard has to be coming from the Evil Dead movies. And I love the Evil Dead movies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
If you don't like the Evil Dead movies, there's something fucking wrong with you. You know? Groovy. You know, that's the reason why I bought a sawed-off shotgun, was the Evil Dead movies. Fucking dogs.
And to shut up your dogs.
Don't worry, I'll go murder them real quick.
Okay.
Put them up your butt. That'll stop them.
Yeah, man.
Eh.
Shove it in there. Just don't look back. So, yeah, I think that's like about as much as we can cover. I'm not sure if you guys want to talk about something else. Or anything else outside of One Punch Man. I think I can close by saying that it's definitely just one of the top best anime of this year, right? 2016. So we're definitely looking forward for One Punch Man 2, how they're going to adapt that to the manga. I'll definitely have to check out the manga, and I recommend anyone who hasn't seen or read it, just do yourself a favor and go watch it. It's definitely great. It deserves the hype and the attention that it's getting, and it is definitely one of the best action manga out there. And it's not the same cookie cutter bullcrap you get to see in a bunch of shonen. It's not One Piece, it's not Naruto, it's not Dragon Ball Z. The fights are entertaining and the resolve is great, and it's just all around grand old time.
They're not 3 episodes long fights. And by the way, I put my dogs in the garbage disposal, so we're good now.
Great.
All right, cool.
Cool. And if there are 3 episode long fights, they're going to be
They're
well
worth
animated.
it, the 3 episode long fights.
They're going to be well animated and full of effects and just awesome details and fluid 60 frames per second. Grand old time.
Pretty much. And it's not just the fight between Saitama or whoever. It splits off with what else is going on with the super, League of Heroes or Justice, the superhero organization. It shows other people fighting too. It's not just a story about Saitama. It's a story about everybody, pretty much. It's a story about, everybody's struggles or other people's being heroes and stuff. It's, these heroes are more or less just regular people. They're not like fucking Captain America or Iron Man. Yes, there are some people like that, but a majority of them are just regular heroes, regular people, that dress up in goofy-ass outfits going around, saving cats and helping old ladies who fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
And died.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good world, An anime is only as good as the story and the world it's placed in. I'll say that.
I can
because,
agree with that.
Look at Pokemon. It's got an okay story, it's got okay characters, but the world is so immense. It's just a huge fucking world. It's a world about, oh, you want to play with giant fucking Pokemon that can shoot fire and water at each other? Yeah, you can. You're 10 years old. Yeah, you have the power to fucking destroy civilization. Here. It's like there's no guns in the anime except like the first season, and who runs it? Who runs this world? Is it just children running around with Pokemon going, oh, I gotta catch them all, oh, my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, oh, Digimon, digital monsters.
Oh, they're robbing a bank. I better use my Pikachu to stop them.
Yeah, Pikachu, use Thunderbolt, Pika!
Someone disagree with me? Oh, freaking Rayquaza, Hyper Beam.
And there's no racism apparently in the Pokemon world. Everybody loves each other.
Everybody loves
and everybody's
each other.
white.
Yeah.
Well, there was that one episode that was banned in America where a guy pointed a gun at a 10-year-old head, aka Ash's head.
Oh, that's the only time they ever have a fucking gun is in that anime.
Oh no.
My favorite has to be the seizure episode.
Seizure.
Oh, that one's the best.
Oh,
They banned it in Japan because when they played it, like hundreds of kids had to go to the fucking hospital because they just fucking blared. It was a Porygon episode.
Yes, I remember.
It was brighting blue and red flashes. It was like. I'm like, look, most of those kids nowadays are probably just at rave clubs, just fucking eating it up. or they have PTSD every time they see a fucking, police siren, like lights or anything. They're like, oh no, the Pokemon episode, and then they have to go to their safe space. Oh, don't you love the world we live in?
I love it. It's super good.
It was watched by approximately 4.6 million households.
My God.
Was it that much?
With blinks at a rate of about 12 hertz for approximately 6 seconds. That's fucking insane.
I've watched
my
the whole
God.
video. I've watched that episode, and I was like, I'm okay with this.
Oh, man, like I remember watching some guys slow it down by like a shit ton of speed, and I'm just looking at like it at this speed, it's still like, oh my God, why is it like that?
No,
I think
remember-
kids weren't introduced to video games, like major video games like we have nowadays, where we're just like, oh, flashing lights, whatever.
Or anime. It's like, I mean, we're used to like flashing lights because like Dragon Ball Z had like a lot.
Because we live in the hood.
Yeah, but I think there was a worse episode that was censored. That there was an episode where it had like a beauty contest and James had freaking boobs.
Oh yeah, he had boobs.
He had like big ass boobs, and I was like, what?
Big old boobies.
You know, and they were making a lot of double standard jokes, double meaning jokes. You know.
Oh, that's stuck in my
that's
stuck in my search history.
And that's why first season of Pokemon's the greatest season of Pokemon.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to explain to moms. Like, Mom, it's Pokemon.
It's on the WB, Mom.
Look at the rating. It says a G for general
that's
humans. It's good.
For good.
It's a good.
It's a good.
I don't think I found that episode, but I found
There, type in Pokemon. I don't know, double dicks or something.
I don't want to add to my already messed up Google search history, but
Hey, you can delete that so nobody knows.
Just clear the cache.
nobody but me, my
Let's go
special
clear that
friend,
cache,
the
man.
FBI.
No one will find out. The NSA will know, but your parents won't know.
They may think you be watching, some of that porn, but they will never know.
Taxpayers' money well spent.
Guys, in the original Japanese version, Tommy becomes focused on Misty's breasts, which the camera zooms in on. When she notices him staring, he asks, "What?" Tommy asks if he can nurse on her breasts. Misty gets very angry and hits him, saying, "How did that end up being your answer?"
What?
What in the hell?
What?
What episode is this?
That's
What the
acceptable.
fuck?
That's perfectly acceptable. I mean, I look at a girl's breasts and I say, "Hey, baby, can I suck on your tits? For just a couple of minutes."
Christ.
I mean,
Episode 34.
that's a really oh my fucking God, no, fucking
Well,
Japan.
that sounds good to me.
God damn it.
Oh, back to One Punch Fusto, man. Fusto. What was I gonna say? Fisto. Oh, what else? What else is there? I mean, yeah, you have the superhero, association, or the Heroes Association, which Saitama technically created by saving Bald Chin Man from a lobster creature.
Yeah.
Bald Chin Kid, not man. I'll have you know. Check
Hey,
your privilege.
he has a grandfather who's Bald Chin Man.
He looks like a Puri Princess, like the super strong dude.
No, that guy's just got a very good chin compared to
Yeah.
Leafy.
Oh no, yeah. Like
We'll run that
should,
meme into the ground.
He should he should donate part of his chin to Leafy just to help him. I mean, he really needs it.
Please donate to the Leafy Chin organization here at the bottom of the screen.
Please donate. Every year in America, for every second that passes, a child is left without a chin.
For every kid that looks like they belong in a Dr. Seuss cartoon. Take this cheese grater and shave off part of your chin for those poor sons of bitches.
I like how in the iDubbbz video for that, there was like a cycle for Leafy Talks. He does some controversy, then he apologizes. It was the third step. Who gives shit? And Leafy did exactly that.
Oh, Leafy. Well, somebody explain what Leafy is, and I'll send you guys review tech videos.
That deserves its own episode, but let's leave that for another time.
We'll call it the clickbait episode.
Yeah, we're gonna call it clickbaity. Oh my God.
Don't forget to put
Yeah,
PewDiePie in there.
yeah,
That's
geez,
making
yeah.
PewDiePie, Nazi conspiracy, check. Keemstar,
What?
Keemstar
Wait, what?
exposed.
Is that real?
Yes, that's real. Keemstar exposed,
No.
check. Let's
He's
see.
Swedish. Swedish
a
is like
pair
the
of
opposite
breasts.
of being Nazi.
just in the corner of the screen, top left. They focus the top left of the screen more than anything else.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god, go suck a fucking dick. People, I hate PewDiePie, but I would defend him from him being a Nazi. I could be a Nazi. You could be a Nazi.
We're all Nazis, actually.
We're all Nazis. That's
But
the
we're
big
all
thing.
neo-Nazis. We can't be
All
Nazis.
SJWs are Nazis.
They're secret Nazis.
They're secret, man-hating Nazis.
They're secret justice Nazis.
Oh.
SJN.
Oh no. The
Oh,
logical
I love those secret, Nazis.
the logical evolution.
Mm-hmm. But other than One Punch Man, what else is there really to talk about? I mean, it's the opposite of a shonen. It's a shonen, but not really a shonen.
Well, like, you know how like the visuals and stuff look all good and whatever. It pretty much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't it have like the exact like same budget and amount of people working on it as like any other show.
It's got a good budget. It's got a really good budget.
I'm gonna explain, because a lot of people here don't understand how budget works in animation. This one in particular, like when you're talking about budget, usually they're talking about the talent that they have at the moment and who's directing the anime. So
And the voice actors.
and the voice actors, but the general quality is in the animation wise, it comes in the talent, because most of the money goes in the animation, obviously. So when every show has more or less the same budget, there's no show that has way more budget. That doesn't mean that it's going to be a good show.
They're designated a specific amount
Exactly,
of money.
so-
It's like Evangelion when it first came out. Oh god, don't even. Evangelion's probably one of the worst examples out there for budget money.
Yeah.
I think, what was it, the last episode where Shinji is just standing there for literally like a minute.
No, the last few episodes was they ran out of money. And
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
They basically, what they did is that they took the final scenes and they just
Made
drew
super
them
long.
and just drew them with Crayola markers. And
No, didn't they use? No, it was not Crayola markers, but it was literally they
Yeah.
drew it without. It was horrible.
yeah, but
This
it was
is-
basically, they justify it because it's Shinji psyche, you're inside
Well,
his
no,
head.
they had to justify it because that's a shitty way of saying, "Oh, we ran out of money."
that's why they did. That's why they later did End of Evangelion, which was like the movie, to kind of, okay, this is how it really ends. Blah blah.
Or it's like Gurren Lagann when they changed directors for that one episode, and then you just that.
Yeah.
Oh god, that
It
was
went
just.
crazier.
I'm watching, it going, what? What is this? What is this? I don't know what's going on. No, that's an episode you can skip. It's not really, well, it's important, but it throws off the entire mood of the show. Like you're just binge watching, and then all of a sudden you're like, huh?
Yeah, but avoiding at least avoiding spoilers specifically for Gurren Lagann. But yeah, that's kind of like why specifically budgets. It's kind of weird with anime. It really all depends on the talent, who's working there, and what are the circumstances. And the studio. Because,
Like Studio Ghibli?
yeah, well, Studio Ghibli do movies, but for anime, you got Studio Madhouse, Studio Bones, Tokyo Animations, I think Studio IG. Those are like the top anime studios that they do consistently good stuff.
I think Madhouse does consistently good stuff.
And Gainax, you gotta give it to Gainax.
Gainax.
They do.
Gainax. There's so many out there,
Yeah.
People are not, people just think of, Funimation, really, for the major stuff, or
That's like the
Studio Ghibli,
the
just because they're not
mainstream stuff,
familiar with it.
Yeah, it's a mainstream, but like we're talking about like the really they're well known, but in the anime circuit, like a lot of people don't know who.
Oh, of course.
Who don't know anime? Well, they know Aniplex, they know Funimation, because like they blurred out their bumpers before every show, you know. And thanks to Toonami, that popularized a lot of Funimation and Aniplex shows. But
Of course.
and Toei Animation, of course, because everybody knows Toei because of Dragon Ball and One Piece. But aside from that, there's some pretty cool animation studios. I think the animation studio for Bleach also they do a pretty good job when they bring up the talent. They do really awesome animations. But that thing that happened with Bleach that it got canceled, really, I haven't seen any of their works like what they've done after Bleach, but that's another, the studio that animated that, they also do a pretty
I don't
good
think
job.
anybody really watches Bleach. It's kind of like Naruto.
Oh, it's canceled.
now.
Like nobody watches it because
Well,
it's
yeah,
canceled. They canceled
but
it.
it's the same with Naruto. People
Yeah.
that talk about Bleach are the same people that watch Naruto, and you're just like, dude, it's not
dead.
2008
It's-
anymore.
Well, it's dead. Like it died in 2015, but yeah, whatever.
That, but then you have the people that go along the same train going, oh, I still watch Inuyasha once a year. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, get out of here. I watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood once a year. That's something that I can't get ever sick
That's
of.
an anniversary present for everybody.
Oh, that's an anniversary present for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that anniversary once a year animes that I have to watch is just growing bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, that's about it. That's all
Oh,
we kind
God.
of wanted to talk about of One Punchy Man and the anime. We went on tangent
The
for a
Sister
little bit.
Fisters.
The Sister Fist, but we did it.
We
That's
did
it,
it.
guys.
We'll talk about something more exciting next week. More anime, weeboo. Fucking grab your body pillows, everybody. We're gonna have a long, good season of this garbage show. So if you liked, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tune in next week for the more adventures of Danny and John. Ooh.
Yeah.